Ooh.
Oh shit.
Don't duck the smoke, baby. It's back. Don't duck the smoke, baby. We're back. Dapper dialogues, full in the flesh.
Yes, sir.
With your host and your my fault. With your two co-hosts, co-host of the decade, podcast of the decade. We got co-host
Oh shit.
D Prince the ball.
Nah, restart it. Cause I thought you was gonna do you go yours first. My bad. Go ahead.
I mean, it's not that big a deal, but yo, what's happening, man? Don't duck the smoke, baby. Dapper Dan Paul. Look, we're gonna leave that in. Dapper dialogue. See, we showing y'all that we are human. We human. We mess up, man. That's the whole point. Y'all don't know we're in $1 million studio right now,
Oh
but
God.
it's like we just trying to show y'all us, like, you feel me? And I was gonna get into that too, but like before we get into that, let's finish the intro. Dapper Dollars Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, yada yada. Host and co-host Troy Jr. on Instagram, and
D Prince the Barber on Instagram.
you feel me? Check us out, man. Get love before you get right. We got a new drop coming. I'm dropping this week. This was when y'all see this, it'll be out. I'm dropping. I just dropped. DeAndre is dropping next week, I believe, right?
Yep.
October 6th.
October the 6th.
October 6th. That's a little preview of what I got, the little shirt mannequin over there. You feel me? So y'all get y'all a good glimpse of that. Go check all social medias for posts. I'm doing a giveaway. By the time y'all saw this, the giveaway over with. But you will be able to catch probably DeAndre's giveaway.
Yep, I got one coming too.
So if you want to catch his, y'all gotta follow us on social media so y'all cannot miss out on anything. So y'all do that. Check us out. The social media, Troy Jr., Beyond the Wall, D Prince the Barber, 3P _ Legacy. For all your needs of anything. But y'all see, we started a day early. This is gonna come out on the 30th, I believe, or 31st. I don't know if it's 31 days in September. I don't know, but
I think it is.
It's either October 1st or the last day of September. But, so we right on time with it, maybe even early. We got the little decorations, man. Let's give a round of applause for us getting money, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
facts,
We didn't upgrade it, you feel me? Slowly but surely. We got zombies in here, mummies.
We big ass spiders.
You know what I'm saying? We're taking it serious. We're taking it extremely serious, man. We got the little woo-woos in the back, you understand? Y'all bear with us, don't bear without us, you feel me?
Facts.
Mess with us, don't mess without us. But, yeah, man, we just appreciate y'all on this journey. Let's give another round of applause for 10,000 views in our first month.
Facts. Hey, definitely. Another one for that. Hey, another one.
And that's just on YouTube. We got almost 10,000 just on one video on Facebook.
Yeah.
We got probably around, I don't know, we probably over 10,000 on TikTok as well.
Yeah, probably.
We got two videos that actually I think we got 2 videos alone that combined for just 10,000 views. Mm-hmm. So we working, baby, slowly but surely, man. The YouTube is going crazy.
Yes, sir.
The YouTube Shorts is going even crazier. We appreciate y'all engaging with us and just following us along this journey, man. Like, it's been a good ride so far. And, we trying to break the curse. Like we said, the average podcast don't make it past 6 or 7 episodes. So we creeping up.
Episode 5.
Maybe by then we'll be on Apple Podcasts. We'll be there eventually, man. But y'all gotta just bear with us, kick it with us, you feel me? But yeah, we're just gonna hop straight into it, man. We just wanted to give y'all some praise and some love, man. Give y'all another round of applause, man. we really appreciate y'all, and yeah,
Facts.
man. Like I said, I'm dropping. Go get it. Beyond the school in the wall. But let's hop straight into it, man. So we was talking off cam. Oh, one more round of applause for me getting some new socks.
Oh, that boy got the
Hey,
fresh blackies.
now I ain't gonna lie, it's a brand, but it's not a brand, but it's like a brand. So it's like it's not like cheap, but it's not expensive. So I ain't go like Hanes. Shout out to Hanes if y'all want to sponsor us on the socks too. Hey,
Facts.
Hanes send that cheese. I rock some Hanes socks, but hey, it's like I didn't go. We ain't polo sock lover yet. Y'all gotta keep sharing it. We ain't Gucci sock.
Yeah, we ain't
We,
there yet.
but you feel me? It's in the same ballpark as Nike a little bit. Actually, I think these is more comfortable than Nike. I'm gonna actually have to show
Well,
you.
that's the Walmart ones, huh?
They
Oh yeah,
Walmart.
them Walmart was fire.
Hey, but I don't know. It was like it looked. It was that brand that kind of looked like it looked like a mix of an X and a Reebok symbol. Like it's kind of hard to explain.
Excellent. It ain't Asics, huh?
I don't know, man. But it's like
Nah, but why are you playing? Walmart be having some fire socks, bro.
yeah, Walmart.
Walmart, Marshalls, Ross.
Yeah, Walmart. Hey, bro, man. So when I was growing up, so I used to go like hunting. Like I used to see because like I already knew the game. You know, like your parents they don't buy new, so it's like you gotta finesse the system. So you gotta be like, all right, I already know she not gonna spend no money or not trying to, and it's the only way she gonna spend it is if it's like too good of a deal. So I start going in there. I'm like, Mama, these shoes cost $100. They $30 in here. So I was doing that, like getting all the kicks out of Marshall. Cause you can find some good quality kicks. So we was just in Marshall. They had some ones in there.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, they didn't have no ones in Marshalls.
Nah, I mean I didn't seen a few Jordans in there, but it was always the big ass sizes, like
Yeah, like
size
bro,
14s
man,
and stuff.
the ones we saw were what 18, 17?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what Marshall's good for. They good for them big sizes.
Man, what
So for everybody that got big ass feet out there,
big long feet.
Try Marshalls, man. They might have your
long
size.
feet, like goofy, Titanic long feet.
NBA player feet.
Like feet longer than a Monday. Like 7 days a week. Like them long extendo. Hey man, y'all tap in with Marshalls. I'm more than positive your long foot tail can find you a pair
Facts.
of kicks in there. Now you know it'd be crazy if you wear like a size 16 and you go in there and they only got like size 18s and you still gotta get up. I feel like once you wearing that size though, I feel like it don't look as big. Like if you wear a 12 and you got on a 15, it look beefy.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you already wearing like a size
if your
13,
shit already past a 13, bro, any shoe gonna look the same to me.
Like so a 16 and 18, it ain't probably a bigger difference. You could probably double sock a 16.
Yeah.
Real, but what we was talking about? What did we start? I be jumping around.
I don't think we started nothing.
I just be rolling.
I really want to pick up on this.
What?
That trade that happened yesterday.
Man, bro.
Bruh.
Dame going to the Bucks.
Bro, they had a post. So they had a reel of Kobe and Shaq. Like basically it showed Giannis and Dame, and then they had like a reel like right after they were showing Kobe Bryant throwing Shaq alleys. Bro, that's how it's really gonna be, bro. And then they still got Portis, they still got Lopez. Bro, it's about to go. It's about to be crazy. And they still got Chris Middleton.
They got Pat Cunningham, however he says, man.
They about to be crazy.
He a solid. He was already a solid role player. I'll put if I'm the coach, I wanted to keep Grayson Allen though. Grayson Allen is that he like baby Draymond. You need somebody that don't care about nobody on the other team. He gonna get buckets. Like it's like a Pat Bev. Like you gotta have that person that nobody like.
Hey, you never know. They might find somebody else.
Yeah, they might. But I think I ain't gonna lie though, that's not a bad comparison. It's not the best comparison of Kobe and Shaq, but it is a very good one. Because without a doubt, I think the closest thing to Shaq is somewhat. I mean, they got other players, but just full out, just pure aggression, I say is Giannis. Like in the NBA right now, I mean current. I mean, you could go Joel a little bit, but Joel he do a little bit of everything. I mess
with Joel. I mess with the Joker.
Like
I mean, all of them.
I think Joel is more of he more like a more aggressive Tim Duncan. Like, cause Tim Duncan was a bucket getter. Like
Yeah.
That man was off
Oh
that
yeah,
off that
definitely.
glass was crazy.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
was.
was looking at some old film of Tim. His off the glass game was
That's all
impeccable,
he really used.
bro. And when you think about it, that's a real art
Yeah,
because
definitely.
and it's kind of like a cheat once you get it though, because like I feel like if you putting up shots every day, you can miss if you're not fully focused. But if you get to the point where you like, if I just hit it around this area on the backboard, it's a 8. Like I feel like your chances are higher if you making the shot. So it's like you like, oh shoot, like man, I ain't even gotta be fully locked in for real. I could just throw it in that area and it
Yeah.
might hit the rim and still bounce in.
It's all about angles when you're going for that
Fact.
backboard.
So it's like once you get that angle down, it's like that's really a cheat. Like I don't even think people shoot off the backboard shots. Not on
Nah,
purpose, no.
nah. Most of them be by accident.
You know what's crazy? That is weird though. Like that, I remember growing up. You ever know like you playing basketball and stuff, and you trying out or you working playing like with your coach.
And
They
you gotta go
always
off the
say
glass.
hit the square,
Yeah.
hit the square. Every time you hit the square, it's going in. But I think like I think it's almost safe to say that the off the glass shot is going extinct.
Yeah, because a lot of people that's just like, bro, just like regular sports, bro. People want it like that net. When
Yeah.
that net,
All
yeah,
net.
that's what all they like now. They
All
don't.
net.
Which, to be honest, you can do an all net off the glass.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna sound the same. The nets ain't gonna pop. But
I already know, like, shoot, top of the key, that's a long free throw. Like,
yeah.
I'm shooting that mug. Like, when I used to play basketball, I used to like shooting from the top. I used to like the corners, but I like the other besides the. I ain't gonna lie, I used to like shooting threes, period. But I did like the top too, because you kind of get leeway from the top because you can shoot it too hard or too soft, and you got a better chance at making it long.
They say the top of the key is the shortest shot on the court.
I thought a corner was the shortest shot.
No, they say the top of the key. I think
it could be, but I like that
if I'm
too.
not mistaken.
It could be, but like say if you overshoot, like if you shoot a corner shot too hard, you might miss the rim.
Definitely.
Too short, it could bounce up. Like you gotta perfect it almost. But from the top, you can shoot it too hard. That's backboard.
All you gotta do is straight.
I know me. I shoot it too hard. I'm front like glass bank. Bank open, baby. I'm calling it like I knew it was going in. Knowing good doggone well, I was just trying to get it in the cup. I wasn't necessarily trying to.
I don't care how it go in, as long as
it get in, man. Like
definitely
good times, man. You remember when we used to be going to I Lay the Queen of Heaven, man, hooping and stuff.
Yeah,
like them long.
That was them good days, bro. Woo. Right after school, or bro, go straight to I Lay the Queen of Heaven.
Man,
man, bro. I wish I can go back, bro. I ain't lying.
Now I heard some of my partners still be out there hooping. Like it's like I don't know what happened, but I think COVID made everybody just want to hoop year round now.
Yeah.
Because ever since COVID, we started hooping like crazy, like pandemic and all. We was like we had like a group of people. Like it was people that you know how people you don't know but you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we had like 20 mutuals. Like we all just was hooping every day. We was finding courts, gyms. And then a lot of our indoor gyms was closed, so we outside. Everybody.
Ward 3 on Lake Street.
Man, we was at the YMCA by Mothers. Mm-hmm. Like they got an old rinky dink.
Oh yeah, I didn't play that too.
Man, we was over there. Court was bad, but we was just finding hoop sets and like we was in Gosport, that court. We was just we was like doing a Louisiana Lake Charles takeover, just hitting every court because like sometimes some courts be closer to certain people's cribs and everybody ain't have whips.
Yeah.
So it was only me and like probably 2 other people with whips. So I ain't gonna lie, but one time I had like 12 people in my truck. And it was raining. I think it was 1 or 2 in the front, like 4 in the back seat. That's already like 7, cause plus me, that's 7. And then on the back in the trunk, bro, it was like another 5, bro. Like, cause it started raining, everybody right there,
like Mexicans.
And then I was racking up. I'm like, shit, y'all got a little gas money? Hey, find you a spot. I'm like, bro, find you a spot. I ain't care. I'm taxing.
Bro, back in the day, also we used to find places to hoop. Bro, I don't know what it is, but bro, 100 degrees back in the day was not 100 degrees because I swear I don't remember playing in basketball in this type of heat.
I think it changed though. It did start getting hotter, but I feel like I don't know. It definitely got to do something with global warming. Cause bro, this recent summer was the hottest summer in ever in history.
Yeah, that was crazy. Bless you.
Somebody must be talking about me.
Huh.
But this last summer was the hottest summer in history. It was like 100. I think the high was like 109, and then it's been hotter since. I
Yeah,
think
shit. When I first moved out here, bro, it was like when we was moving, it was like
110,
112.
and I think the highest I think I seen was like 115.
Bro, that is crazy.
Like it's getting hotter and hotter. But growing up, I think they had like a lot of trees, so that kind of
Yeah,
helped.
yeah.
And it wasn't. I feel like now it's hot and humid. Like back then, I feel like you had like breezes coming through there. Like
Yeah.
even though Louisiana heat is humid, but Texas heat is like dry heat.
It's definitely dry heat because there ain't a lot of
Like
trees
man,
though.
it's just straight cement,
Bro,
like
straight cement. I
hot
swear.
cement everywhere, and it's just cooking everything. In Louisiana, it's like it's hot, but you see a lot of trees, a lot of fields, a
Yeah,
lot of
definitely.
grass. Like out here, you see it like where we stay a little bit, but for the majority, it's like it ain't really no natural shade, like for real. Like unless it's like a building or something.
Yeah, cause bro, it's crazy because it be so hot, man. Like it didn't cool down now, but
Cause hey, that's why I like when it get cold, man. Less angry, less musty,
yeah,
all of it.
definitely, definitely, that definitely plays a big role in it being cold outside.
Well, look, since we're talking about the Earth, do you think the Earth is flat or round?
Mm,
It's a judgment-free zone.
honestly,
Judgment-free zone.
I don't think it's flat because if it was flat, then we wouldn't have different time zones. It wouldn't be light in somewhere else and be dark. That's how I feel. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we in a sphere. Like it's round to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I mean, just to go on the time zone thing though, I don't really know too much about that because if you look at it like the United States, right?
Hmm.
That's all one plane. Of course, it's not flat all the way around, but it's not like it's not as big as like Africa. Like Africa, you can see like from one side of Africa to the other is like it's definitely like a curve. Or like Europe, like though you see how big those is like,
Hmm.
but I feel like United States is on the curve, of course, because we're on the sphere. But I feel like it's not as curved as much because I feel like it's all more like together. So I feel like it's kind of more grouped. And even with that being, I think that don't really affect the time zone because even time zones change close near us. Like in Atlanta, that's not far, but Atlanta is
But imagine if so. What because the sun rotates. The sun rotates.
no,
The sun does rotate.
no, it doesn't. The sun doesn't
I
move.
mean, you know
We
what I
move.
mean.
The Earth.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Earth rotates
yeah,
around the sun.
yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is like I feel like if it didn't rotate, how would it? If it was flat, how would it rotate?
So my theory on I'm a flat earther, and my reasoning I seen this a long time ago is if you take something and spin it, and you spin it and it looks like a spear. So if you take a quarter, flick it.
Mm-hmm.
If you flick it, if you see it, you see how it kind of like a ball a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel about the earth. I'm like, unless now I'm very spiritual. So if it's what the Bible says, it says it's a dome over, but it don't necessarily say
That's what I feel like. I feel like we're in a dome. Yes, what we're on is flat,
because you can look at like a coliseum, like a football stadium. Those are domes, but
but
that's not a circle. It's dome flat. So that's why I think it. My theory is I think that. Well, let me go back to that. That's why if it's I'm aligning my beliefs with the Bible.
mm-hmm.
So if I basically I'm saying I don't want to go against the Bible. So if the Bible, somebody find a scripture or something that say it's a spear or a circle, whatever, then that's gonna 100% no argument change my theory. But not counting that, I'm gonna say it's flat because you spin something fast enough, it'll look like a circle. And then they all you know how they always talking about how fast the earth spin, like if the earth stopped spinning, we would all fly off and the earth spinning. Like we don't feel it because we own it, but they say the Earth spins. The Earth, you know how fast something got to spin to create its own atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah,
Extremely
it gotta be
fast.
fast.
So it's like, bro, we don't know. This really could we could literally be on a flat, but it's spinning so fast. It got us is making the atmosphere, which would also cause like you ever seen like somebody driving on the side of the highway and they driving going 80 and it's spinning, then it's like it start going backwards.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's because it's spinning so fast you can't keep
Mm-hmm.
up with it. So it's like I think that's why when people go to space, it looks like it's moving so slow because we could be moving so fast. It's just like a race. You run so fast, you pass, and now you laughing people. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, maybe we spinning so fast that like it looks slow and it could be flat.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, all like you said, it could be in a dome, and we just basically what we living at is flat. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never really got into it like that. I didn't got asked that question before, and I'm always gonna go with it. I mean, to be honest, being
And
around because nobody ever like really gave me some good knowledge on like why they always gave me like good reasons, like you
yeah,
said, but it never sold me. Like I'm like really, it really don't even bother me. Whatever it is, it is.
yeah, like that's why it really don't bother me. But I always think that's interesting. Like, and I used to have this another big like I don't want to say what they call it conspiracy. I didn't want to have this conspiracy theory, but I seen this and it stuck with me since. And it was about the moon landing and how I don't remember. I used to have it like all the facts now, but it's either and it don't add up. But I think they said the first moon landing was in like maybe 18 or early 19s or something like that. But I looked it up a while back, and then it was like the first rocket ship wasn't made until like 20 years after the moon landing. So it's like that's why it didn't make sense because it's like how could the first ever y'all went up there in a spaceship?
I don't think nobody ever went up there.
Honestly, I really because bro, look at it like this. They had the worst technology back then. The TVs were still in black and white.
Exactly. So how you think they got somebody?
Y'all couldn't get a TV to show color. Like y'all couldn't get a device to capture what you see with your eyes, but you can get something. I mean, I guess you could kind of see with a million like antennas and you setting up in space, but it's like that don't make sense. Like, how you gonna get something to stream because they quote unquote recorded it live or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna get something live from millions of miles away? But y'all, like, it just don't add
It
one
don't.
star stuff for man, another large stuff for humanity. Like, and then y'all, and then I get that's another thing. How could y'all even have the technology to voice over it on top of that? They was talking while they was landing. That it's
I
just
don't know. I never believed that. Like, I mean, but really, you got taught that in school though. Like, it's a lot of things that we've been lied to our whole life while we was
bro.
in
I be
school.
watching all these like I like space movies. I like movies about stuff that's not real or that's going against what everybody else think. And a lot of movies I be seeing is like if I'm watching something about like aliens or something, it kind of gives you a like a different view when you look at it from a different perspective because it's like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these shows they show it like okay, like it's one show I remember it was showing like humans going to Earth, and then when they, I mean, not I said Earth, going to the moon, and when they get to the moon, the aliens had like this like invisible force field. They're like, oh, humans here, y'all put the force field up. Nobody go outside. Everybody go in the bunker. Like everybody just like, and they like watching the humans, and it's like, they not about to just walk the whole moon because the moon is like relatively large,
Mm-hmm.
but so it's big enough to where they can explore a good chunk of it. But every time they go up there, they not looking every square inch of the moon. They just going where they landed.
Mm-hmm.
So I see stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, how you know if we did go there? I mean, I believe they went there now, maybe,
I
possibly.
mean, we got. I mean, they probably did back then, but I just don't see it. Like I just can't visualize like how we was how they so say we was taught in school about the first man that's on the moon, blah blah blah. But I didn't believe, like you said, I don't believe nobody. Like, they couldn't even make color TVs. How could they do shit like that?
I don't know, bro.
But
I get into stuff like that because it just show you a different side. Like it's like it puts you in like a like it kind of puts you in like a different reality almost. Like I was looking at something yesterday, and he was talking. It was this dude on the podcast, and he knew a little bit of something what he was talking about. So he was talking about how the dude that killed JFK was hired by the CIA.
oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that a while back. Somebody
And
had said
then
something about that.
there was like the CIA wanted to kill him because they said whenever he was killed, he didn't get shot once. He got shot twice. But it was 3 shots fired and from all different locations. So says that they had this dude that hired this mobster that was in the mob. He had killed somebody or whatever, and they had him in the room. They was like, "Look, we know you did this. How about instead of you going down for this, help us with a problem, and we'll look out for you." So they they hired this dude to do their dirty work, but I think why they had 3 shooters, 2 extra including himself, is because they wanted to like make sure the job was like done.
Mm-hmm.
And they said one of the shots missed, and then the other 2 people fired killed him. So I think what happened was the dude that I was talking about, he shot but missed. The other 2 finished the job, but he is their fall guy. So like I heard they said like it's interviews and stuff like soon as the shots was fired, everybody like heard the direction it was shot from,
Mm-hmm.
and like all the civilians was like running that direction. Like they trying to go get whoever shot him. So if we're looking at it from a CIA standpoint, if they had like silencers on their gun, anything like that, like they could have easily claimed, oh, he missed something quick
Yeah.
and out the way, and then they are, once a shot go off, they not paying attention for the next at least 10 seconds. Bang! Oh, ah! So they could have got him out of there quick. Everybody else, because they hear gunshots there. That's the first thing they duck and they try to see what's going on. So they probably
I know they messed him up though.
No,
it was bad.
But they say he got out.
Heck no, man. When I saw the video,
no, not JFK. I'm talking about the dude that killed him.
Oh,
you was talking about JFK?
Yeah,
I didn't see the video.
Yeah, I saw the video, bro. His head. Damn. So they had a white. It was a lady that was. I guess it was his wife or something. She was sitting on the side of him when it happened. I don't know who it was, but they was in the car, and you could see they zoomed in, and you could see like his head like basically went into her lap on some stuff. Yeah, bro. It was an old black and white little clip that I saw on YouTube a long time ago. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but yeah, bro. She had blood everywhere. She was screaming.
Bro, that'd be crazy. Like, it's one thing to handle like death, somebody dying in front of you, but it's like if somebody pass out and die in your arms, that's one thing, or catch a heart attack. Mm-hmm. But if somebody like a bloody death in front of you,
bro,
that'd be crazy. I don't know how I would react.
Bro, you'll be messed up the rest of your life, bro. That's bad.
I feel like I'm very calm though, especially when it comes to death. I mean, I don't. Some people might say it sounds a little cliche, but I don't like when people like look at death a certain like a weird way. Like, you got to be realistic with yourself, bro. Everybody on earth is gonna die.
Yeah.
Now the good thing, or I mean, for the people that don't want to die, scientists say humans are starting to live longer again. So hey, you might start seeing the average human live past 100 now. Every blue moon. I think everybody got like at least one family member that was like 100 or almost. Yeah. And so now you might start seeing more people crack that 100 mark, like within the next 10, 20, 30 years. And we might start, because back in Bible days they was living long. Like I think Abraham was like
100 or something.
Yeah, so I mean it's possible. But like my grandmother, mother, she like 90, I think,
Close to it, yeah.
and she still drink coke. she function she functioning, and she just had a little small stroke, but she back good now. But like
Mm-hmm.
that, like she do everything normal. Like she don't, some people that try to be like over like conscious about it. She don't care. Like she eat what she want.
Yep.
she'll go off no sleeps. Like she not one of them
She
that's,
definitely different. She
yeah,
different
like she
for
she
sure.
won't she junk food, fast food,
She
candy,
don't care what it
snack.
is. She
Like,
she living her best
yeah,
life.
she just, and she living longer. She done outlived 80% of her kids. She got, I think, 2 kids left. Like she outliving every, like, so
Yeah.
it's like what like people do so much to try. It's like, what, just live, bro. Like,
Facts.
I mean, of course, don't try to be unhealthy, but I mean, it's like, just live, bro. Like we here, we rent, these is rentals. Like we can't,
Basically, yeah.
listen, we in rentals right now. They got to go back eventually, and we all just here for a limited amount of time. Once the lease up is up, you can't
Yeah.
take it with you. You feel me? Now
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing I don't like is Charles Barkley. He said, uh, he was talking about his money and stuff. And he was like, when he died, he don't want to leave nothing to his family at all. He was like, he want to spend, like, when he get old. Well, he spend a lot now, but he was like, as he get older, and like, I guess when he think he about to die or whatever, he gonna spend it all. Like he said, he don't want to leave nothing.
I
Like,
wonder what was his reason.
I think he said, his they ain't work for it or nothing like that, or cause he works for it. I
So
don't know,
basically, he being selfish on something.
kinda. But then
I mean, cause what you gonna go spend it, and what you gonna spend it on that you're not gonna have later. Like I'm trying to figure out like what you gonna spend all your money on something, and then what you gonna do with it. You still gonna have to leave it, so it's gonna go to somebody.
I think I seen something, and that was like, when you leave money behind like that, uh, it like, it can depend. It depends on the person, but like, say a big millionaire, like, well, who you think want, like, Floyd Mayweather? He
Okay.
got a lot of kids and nieces and all that and all
Mm-hmm.
that. But okay, yeah. So say if he died, God forbid, but I don't even like saying that. But let's say the richest person in the world, they die. They got kids and grandkids and stuff. They so rich that they could all split up that money and be good for their kids,
Mm-hmm.
if man is right. And that basically leaves like a margin for error, because okay, the first generation knew how to work. He worked to get the money. The second generation knew how to appreciate it because they watched their parent work for it, and their parent taught them the appreciation of it. That second generation, I mean that third generation after the second, that they like, all they know is money, and their parent is in the probably like the spoiling era, but they spoil so much to the point where that if when they getting something that's average or above average to the normal person, that's like a cutback for them. So like,
Mm-hmm.
say if they used to Bentleys and they're like, all right, you acting them in school, you gonna drive a Honda, and they're like, Honda, ah! And then that last generation underneath that, it could go two ways. That could be, now they starting it over. They don't know nothing. They, because that spoiled kid that was
I feel
riding.
like it shouldn't even go that far. To be honest, I feel like it shouldn't go that far, and I feel like people that's like, if something do happen, I feel like people shouldn't even take it that serious. A lot of people, bro, when death come upon, I feel like a lot of people feel like they deserve something,
Yeah.
but they really don't deserve it. Like to be honest, that man should be able to give his money to whoever you want. It don't matter who it is. It can be his kids. It can be his kids splitting. It could be his mama. It could be, bro. It's his money.
Even if you be like, all right, my family, they good. They, all they gonna do is get lazier if I get them the rest of this money. But they got enough. I set them up to whether I'm here or not, they good. And say you got like a few 100 million left. Even if you just found a productive way to
Yeah, something.
like, you like, all right, whenever I pass, whatever money left in my account, I want to split it up and start 55 different charities,
Charities, yeah,
or
yeah.
I want to have 18 different scholarships, or I want to have a yearly scholarship giving $1 million away. Like, if you just do it, like, I mean, because you talking about your family and work for you, but when you pass, it's gonna go back to the government regardless.
Yeah.
If nobody claim it, the government eating off of it, and that's the last person you really want to eat, because that's your phone. Um, whenever it's the last person you want to eat is the government, because they don't care about us. They're gonna keep raising the taxes.
Yep.
They're gonna keep raising the cost of living. Like, bro, I seen something the other day. It said back in the day, uh, a car and a lease, like apartment, whatever, was like combined was like 50% of your salary. So a car was like a third, and your living was like a third of that. So you basically still had like a whole half to get food and live off of, which is reasonable. They said now it's like the average home or apartment or whatever costs 44% of your salary.
Oh yeah.
And the car is like, I think the car is still like 30 something. But combined, that's you 30 and 70%.
Yeah, some people car notes is a house note.
Bro, it's like, bro, what is that's
Yeah,
how I
it's
know
crazy.
we're in the last days, bro.
Yeah,
Like, it's like, bro, look how we getting, like, look at it. It's like you got kids that just all the new generation care about now is money, cars, and clothes, and females. Uh, it ain't doing no good. That, I mean, it's good, but it's not helping society.
right.
That the younger they get, the more money they getting. So they blowing through millions.
Shit, like, this is the generation we in right now. It's like, bro, it used to be like it wasn't this many young people becoming successful, bro. It's crazy now, bro.
Bro, they 16,
bro,
16, 17,
going
having
viral, making millions.
millions, thousand, 100,000,
What?
50.
Look at
Bro,
Kai.
they got this dude in he had clothing brand on him. Shout out to him. He worked for his stuff, but he just young, bro. I think he like a junior in high school. He might be a senior, but I think he a junior.
People
he
just
like,
thought of it
he
before
like
us, bro.
16, 17. Track hard, iced out chains. He showed his thing. I think he spun like, he either spun or made like 200,000 in like a year, like last year. And I'm like, congrats to bro. No hate, all love.
Oh, facts.
Hey, shout out
Facts.
Caprice. Shout out to him. I love to see everybody eat. But it's like, dang, bro, the times is changing, because like I feel like that can help and hurt society, because now you gonna either be like, you gonna get people that's like, man, he doing it, I need to go. But then, or you're gonna be like, nah, like I'm jealous. You feel me? Like, you gonna get the jealous people. Now you creating more grimy people, like shiesty people. That's like, nah, I'ma just, they getting all this money. I'm gonna be top jack boy. I'm stick up shorty. I'm sticking up every and anybody. Like, and then that just go back to raising the violence, the murder rates, and all that.
I feel like if he could do it, anybody could do it. So why not? So why, instead of you hating on, I feel like instead of you hating on somebody, why not find out what he did?
Bro, you know it literally costs more energy to hate,
yeah,
than appreciate.
Definitely.
Like, y'all, people want this for the haters, bro. Y'all walk around hating, dissing, sneak dissing, false compliment. You know, them little backhanded compliments. Hey, how your little business going? How your little brand going? Hey, I see you getting a little money. Hey, I see your little car. Hey, I see your little house.
I just let it go, like, behind.
It's like, all these little, and it's really because they hate that they not doing what you doing, and it's like, bro,
or they didn't think of it first.
I'd rather you come to me like a man or a woman or whatever you call yourself, and ask for some real advice, or just ask, because you never know. Okay, you see somebody with a whole bunch of money, you don't know how they got that money. You thinking you might, the way you, bro, it's some of these people that's fronting like they got $1 billion, $1 million, $1,000, $100,000, whatever brand. Some of them people might be scamming. You don't know, but you just so caught up in what you seeing on Instagram. What you see is not what you get. Like,
right, you outside looking in,
bro. Yeah, you on the outside looking in. You see what's in front. You don't know what's going on behind. Like, you don't know what's going on. You don't know if these people miserable. You don't know if they're happy. Everybody gonna look happy on the ground.
Facts.
You don't know how. I don't think I rarely see people on the ground sad unless somebody died.
Yeah.
And even then, they putting on a false smile. Like, the only people that I think get on the internet and show their real self is Tyrese and Young Jock. Young Jock and Tyrese got on there boo-hoo crying for however they felt about their situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tyrese was on there crying. He want to see his kids.
Yep.
Like, I mean, people made him a meme, but like, bro, if that's what it costs for you to get what's needed to be done, it's a lot of behind the scenes going on. They doing you wrong. You can't speak.
But that's how it always is, and I feel like it's only like that for a man. Like a woman, she can tell you something. She don't even got to show her face on a post, bro. Yeah. All she can type. She can say words, and they gonna feel bad for her. But soon as a man, they really got to see a man break down and cry on some shit in order for them to feel bad, bro.
A man post a paragraph. I promise you gonna see a whole bunch of these. Not reading all that, bro. Happy for you or sorry for your loss.
Yep. A female, all I feel bad for you, this and that, and it's just words, bro. They are. I'm about to call you or whatever, bro. But a man really got, and that's not even just on social media. That's in real life,
bro. A dude can get on Instagram or something and be like, "Hey, tomorrow I'm off myself, or it's over. Like, this is my last day," and then like, or he could be like, "In an hour I'm gonna do it," and then 2 hours later he be like, "I'm serious," and somebody will slide and be like, "Yo, like you ain't doing shit like." Like, yo, what you pump faking for, bro? Like, why you ain't like, bro? That's the bro. That like,
a lot of people they won't take them serious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people, we live in such a joking society. Somebody can literally tell you that, and somebody is like, nah, you won't do it, or oh, bet, I bet you won't. Like,
I guess because how they think all men supposed to be, they supposed to just like take it on the chin and just be like, just move on some stuff.
I think now that like a lot of men got voices now. A lot of men didn't have, they have voices, but not really voices. And I think now that's what a lot of women are saying, because you see a lot of these men podcasts, they talking about everything. And
that's the only way you can get it out.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was, for the longest, a man really couldn't be emotional. Like, a man being emotional is looked at as weak.
Yep.
They feminine.
Think men is a robot.
Yeah, like, you got to be a tool, a muscle, tattoos, beard, lumberjack. Like,
that's why they say when a man cries, it must be really something serious.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, that is true though. Like, in the past, like, man, probably in the past, like, longer than that, since I was in high school. Like, so I graduated probably like almost in the last 7 years. I could definitely, without a doubt, count on one hand how many times I've cried in almost the last decade. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like 3 times since high school. 2 of the times, well, I think 3 of the times might have been when I was listening to Raw Wave. Cause like, whenever, sometimes you just be listening. Shout out to Raw Wave on the new album.
Facts.
But like, sometimes when you just like really try to get in tune with yourself and listen, I feel like, I always say when it's real, it hit different.
Facts.
So like, one of the songs I cried, listened to when I was in high school, it wasn't even like on the emotional stuff. It's just like when you just sit back looking at your life and stuff, and it's like, man, he talking about me. It was a song on his OG album, I think either his first or second, and it's called Praying Grandmothers. And my grandmother, like we talked about earlier, she very spiritual. And he was like, I got praying grandmothers for niggas that hate. And it just hit me. It hit different, because I'm like, man, bro, they really be hating out here. Right. And I feel like I done got to the point where I'm used to it now. But it's like, bro, you just bearing that burden of hate, like, all on your back. It get heavy sometimes. Like, you just can't help but just like give in and fall. Like, so it's like, damn, it just hit different that day. I'm like, man, bro, it's like, I feel like I got so much, like, so many people riding me, so many people who already wrote me off to be great in life, so many people who got high expectations for me. Like, of course, I'm trying to live up to the best of the best. I'm really trying to be the best me, and being the best me is going out there, working on myself every day, putting in my all, giving it my all, while also maintaining my peace and sanity. That's why a lot of people, they lose their sanity and peace along the journey. They like, oh, I gotta work. Me, I'm like that. Like I'll work 7 days a week for a month straight. I did it before. I worked 6 days or 10 hour shifts, 6 days a week for 2.5 months straight. That's 4 days off a month. So I had did 8 days or 10 days off in 2.5 months because I was focused. I'm trying to work. But I'm so self aware and honest with myself. I can see when I'm about to break down, or I can see when it don't look like it's like, all right, bro, all right, you feel me? So I'm able to like, all right, we need to get this money, but that money ain't going nowhere.
Well,
you is if your mental not. So I check myself a lot, like, yo, that money gonna come. I'm God fearing, I'm strong believer in God. When there's a will, there's a way. He gonna find a way.
That is a fact.
Anytime, I'm like, bro, why is you stressing about money? The money gonna come, bro.
Yep, and if
it don't come, you don't need it.
That's definitely true, and I learned that from my daddy. Like my daddy he worked 24/7, and like the time that he actually was about to start spending his money, that's when he passed away. But
yeah.
And like, bro, it was never no time. Like even when he cut hair on his off days, he was doing like woodwork and all type of stuff. So it got to the point where I started thinking, I'm like, man, like I want to make this money, but I also want to live my life. You feel me? And referring back to the Ride Wave situation, like, bro, I can name so many songs that just hits me different because of all the stuff that I done been through. Like from my grandmother passing, my daddy passing, like my other grandfather passing, like all this is all in like 5 years, bro. And most of his songs, it puts me in a whole different zone. That's why Ride Wave would be my best top rapper right now, up hands down. Like I listen to him 24/7. Like if you look at my songs right now, bro, I got Ride Wave playing like right now. That's just because I feel like, and a lot of people say that it's sensitive or he rapping it, but every song can hit different, bro. It can be, he can say that he misses his daddy. It can be his daddy wasn't in his life.
Like one song, like bro, he got a song. He said, man, you probably know the quote better than me. I always know it, but he said something like, "It's hard for a youngin' not to stunt when that's all he know." He's like, he said, "It's hard for a youngin' not to shine."
Yep.
When all he know is hard time. When you like, bro, that's this stuff like that hit different. I'm like, that's all I know. Yeah. Bro, I know that. So it's like, and I be going through that. Sometimes I want to get on the ground and pop it and let them know we having it. But then sometimes I gotta come back and be humble and remain and contain my humility.
Yeah.
But it's like some days I'm like, bro, fast like. Some days I want to get on there and pop it and show the bank account, show the cheese, show what's going on behind the scenes. It's a lot.
But that's what they want you to do, though.
It's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. They don't know, and they don't. But you're like, we got to keep that on the tuck because it's like, but it's true. It's like it's hard. It's hard for a youngin' not to shine.
Yeah.
All he knows is hard times.
Yeah.
And like, bro, that's
bottom boy survival, hard times living, bro. Like people don't understand, like. We didn't been through so many obstacles in our life. That's the reason why we started the clothing brand. We started the podcast because of everything that we didn't been through. And we just trying to help people out so they won't go through the same thing. You know,
I came to the realization the other day that I don't want to be rich. My whole life, I didn't really care about being rich because whether I was rich or not, my rich wasn't gonna look like everybody else rich. Yeah. My rich was gonna be like a Mr. Beast type rich. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get it so I can make everybody else's life easier. Now, of course, it's not my job to try to be a savior, but I'm saying, like, bro, if Mr. Beast do it like that, like I was really Mr. Beast for Mr. Beast. Like he's been on YouTube forever, but ever since I was a youngin', like. Probably like single digit age, I was like, I want to get so much money so I can just give back. And as I got older, it came like a more attainable goal. And that's why I say I don't want to be rich now because I guess it still will be rich, but I'm like, I just want to be able to live comfortably, have a nice whip.
I just want to be happy
and not have to financial freedom. It's a difference. You can be have financial freedom with just like 100,000 a year. Really less than that. The average worker make 40,000. So if you making,
Mm-hmm.
if you can find a way to make 70, 60,000,
Good.
shit, shoot, really, if you find a way to make 40,000 a year without having to punch in, that's technically financial freedom.
Oh.
So, but that was my thing. I was like, I don't really want to be rich because it's a scripture that said it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a needle through candle wax, I think, or something like that, or a needle through a candle or something. And it was like, damn, that kind of makes sense because when you rich, you got it all. It's real hard, but and a lot of people they get overly confident once they get so rich. They're like maybe a lot of them might start off, oh, I'm God, give God the glory.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of these people who they lose themselves and they be like, they get to a point where they just getting so much money and they're like, man, I did this. It's because
Yeah,
of me.
because all of that, because like they always said, bro, in order for you to keep what you have, you got to stay humble.
Yeah.
Once that humble is gone, God can easily take that away. The same way He gave it to you, He can easily take that mug away,
A lot
and
of people
that's a
forget
good
that.
thing, bro. Like I might do this, I might do that, but I'm always gonna stay humble, always, bro.
And even like a lot of people, I think this you gotta kind of start getting more specific with this because it's like anything I do is for motivational purposes.
Facts.
Like, and it's not even not necessarily that I'm motivating somebody else. It's just I'm motivating myself first and foremost, but it's also for the other people that's and I'm showing them every like I try to be completely blunt about everything, like especially if you trying, bro. If I see you working and you really want to work, man, we could talk real numbers. Like
No.
I'm trying to help. You feel me? Because like it's growing up in a black household, we don't talk about money. Like bro, I got my cousins and stuff like that. Bro, I got cousins that might, bro, them like even my own cousins, they might be scared of, like my older cousins, they might be scared to like talk money numbers with me because everybody trying to I don't care about what you're making. I'm just trying to see like okay, say if I was to ask, I ain't gonna say his name but say if I was to ask my cousin that stayed by mother,
Okay.
if I was to ask him some money now, I'm not saying he would or wouldn't, but he got his own family. So he might be like, oh, I don't want to put my family business out there. But if I'm asking him, I'm like, yo, to see what he living off of, so I can get an estimate of, okay, if he living off this, I should be able to live off this. Like he will probably tell me, but it's some people that just don't want to do that because they just scared to like they don't want to be some people they put out a image that they making more than what they having. So they're like, oh, if I tell him I'm only making this, he might start looking at me different, bro. I don't care what you make. I'm just like, we this is how we white people do it. Yeah. Why is it so hard for us to do the basic minimum to try to elevate us all as society? You gotta talk numbers. You gotta talk real. Like even my mama, like my mama, she don't be wanting to talk numbers. She kind of easing into it now a little bit, but it's like I need to know. I'm getting older. I'm getting to the point where eventually I want to, start doing all this other stuff that costs money. And I see how much I'm spending and making yada yada. So I'm like, dang, if I'm doing this, what is they doing and how is they surviving? Yep. And they got more bills than me. So that's what it's like it come down to. And I feel like you got to have them honest conversations so we can elevate as a society. If everybody knew about financial freedom, but white, black, Hispanic, it would I think a lot of people get scared of just going to go to college. They get scared into it because they don't want to be broke.
Yeah. That's what most people go to college for. So
they can have a safety net, just so they can get a safe. Bro, 50% of the world is successful that don't have a college degree.
Facts. Because we're all about who you know, though.
And then probably another 20%. Now I ain't gonna say 20, but probably like another 10 to 15% of that is people that live good that just maybe more than that maybe 20% that live good that started off in a normal job and just work their way up to, not saying they was in one company, but some people they might work up to get a manager job. And now you've been a manager for 2-3 years, you got that under your resume, you might get another opportunity to go be a manager at a different company. Like little stuff like that. It's like that's 30%, probably a good 30% of the world. It only so that's 50, that's 80% that's 80% combined. And that's from entrepreneurs or whatever, however they gambling, whatever you're doing to make some money, and then you got the other 30%, the people that's working up in the food chain. That leaves probably, and this is probably the most realistic number, 20% that go and just get a regular job off a degree, and then half of that, bro, they don't even use their degree for the right thing. It's people I know, and that's why I don't. It's kind of like alarming to me because the more that I'm like looking at people that's like comedians, entrepreneurs, a lot of these people have degrees
Mm-hmm.
and they're
But they
not
decided,
using them.
nah.
Bro, it's a comedian I like watching. Shout out Ian Lar. He got like a degree in he a attorney. He a comedian though.
That's
And
so basically, the attorney was his safety net.
what I think he started off at that, then he started off being a nurse. He was doing all of the other stuff, which is cool, but it's like you'll be surprised how many people are made more than comfortable and they're not even, bro, he not using it. He's a comedian. He got an HBO special. He doing good. He got a podcast, but he not touching that degree.
Yeah,
Like so,
that's
and that's
crazy.
my thing is like even NBA players. Like I seen a podcast this weekend. Paulo Banquero. He was talking about his family wanted him to go back and get his degree, and he just won Rookie of the Year, which is cool. Injuries happen. It's still early in his career. God forbid that though. We wish him a successful career, a healthy career. But it's like, why does everybody? Why is that like? You don't need that. Like, it can be useful, yes, but why? Okay, say the average degree costs 10 to 15,000 a year, 4 years, and so that's like 60,000, 50,000, whatever you want to chalk it up to. It could be more or less depending on grants. How you going about it? If you going on campus or not, full time part. It all depends. But that's just like you can save that money.
Yeah.
Like you can survive. You can survive if it's just you. You can survive off 60,000. The money you gonna spend to
Shit,
go back to
my daddy
college.
never even went. My daddy never had a real job, bro. He from when he was a teenager, when you could get a job, bro. He started cutting hair. Like he started cutting off his mama porch. Never had a job, bro. He learned how to do woodwork, and that's how I wanted to be. Like when I had asked my mama because I used to be so hard on myself, bro. Every day I used to be so hard on myself because I saw my daddy. In my time, I saw my daddy being successful. I've seen him have money. He was taking care of all of us, paying all these other bills, paying for a vehicle, my mama vehicle. So I'm looking at a lot of this, and I only see that time frame. So one day, I kept beating myself up, and I asked my mom. I said, "Mama, when did my daddy actually become like wealthy to where he can live how he want to live?" Because I mean, your daddy ain't started that till he was in his 30s. So this whole time, I'm thinking I'm late. Like I'm thinking my daddy been successful since he was in his late 20s or something like that. So I feel like, man, I need to catch up. I'm far behind, but
Yeah.
the whole time, bro, he ain't become successful until he was about 32, 33 years old.
Bro, I done said this before. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or not, but first off, before I get into that, comparison is the thief of joy. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you comparing and comparing and comparing, you ain't gonna never amount to who you comparing to, and you just gonna always be down on yourself. So that's the first thing. It's hard. You can't compare. I mean, you can aspire, you can look up to,
Mm-hmm.
but comparing yourself to anybody is never gonna end well. Whether it's good or bad, I say the best thing you could do is just get inspired and motivated. But going on that tip, what you was just saying, they say Steve Harvey wasn't successful till he was 40.
Yeah. Yeah, they
You
said Steve
know,
Harvey was poor.
bro, I had heard him on an interview. He was like late 20s, early 30s, making like I want to say probably like $300-400 a week. I mean not even a week. I think maybe like a month or something. But he was on the road doing comedy, and he didn't have no money. All the money he was making, he was sending it to his girl, and his kid at home. See, because that was like they bargained. He was like, man, just let me go do this. I send y'all whatever I make, and so he was doing that, and he ain't had nothing to work off with. So he was around all these big time comedians, sleeping in cars, no money
Mm-hmm.
to eat. He said he was on the Apollo. Everybody seen him. Oh, then he was on Apollo. Woo. He was broke when he was on the Apollo because all the money he did make, he sent it home.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, he wasn't successful till he was 40. Now, granted, I mean, I feel like once you find your purpose early enough, it shouldn't take that long. But going back, so a majority, if you look at the statistics, every brand that's successful, like very successful, took about 10 years minimum. And that's why they come up with the saying, uh, it's take 10 years to become an overnight success. Because once all this time go by, you putting in, I don't know why, but just sometimes once they hit the 10-year mark or nearing it, that's when just like I guess when you just putting so much debit in, putting that
Mm-hmm.
the credit just eventually come.
Because basically, you don't start really making money. They said like really till like maybe five, like you said, 5 to 10 years when you really start making it bread. So all that money, that's what a lot of people don't understand. See, they don't do their research.
Yeah.
But you got to put a lot of money in, bro. We putting all these years, bro. We putting like probably damn near hundreds of thousands of dollars into this brand, bro. And we not making none of that shit back until like maybe 10 years.
I ain't gonna lie. I just saw an interview with Ice Cube, and I had reposted it. He was saying that he was like, if you're not prepared
I
to
saw that.
put 5 years in with no return,
Yep.
don't do
Don't
it.
even do it. You're
And,
wasting your
and when
time.
I first started, I was expecting minimal returns, but I didn't realize that until like a year ago that I mean, yeah, I